Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. This is one of those stories that could really shake the NFC North, possibly even the entire NFL landscape. And no, I'm not talking about some routine trade rumor. We're talking about a blockbuster move that involves the Chicago Bears, and it's got everything to do with the secondary, a unit that's been a bit of a concern for them lately, but also a unit that's about to get a serious upgrade. The buzz is that the New Orleans Saints, currently struggling at 1-6 and clearly in rebuild mode, are looking to move some pieces, and one of the biggest names on the trade block is Alontae Taylor, a talented cornerback who's been making waves this season. Sources close to the league say the Saints are willing to part ways with Taylor in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and the talented cornerback Kyler Gordon. Now, this isn't just a simple swap. It's a strategic move that could have huge implications for both teams. The Saints are definitely in a rebuild, as their record indicates, and with their defense leaking points, allowing an average of 31 points per game. They're looking to shake things up and start fresh. But for the Bears, this isn't just about acquiring a good player. It's about adding a game-changing talent to their secondary and solidifying their defense for the playoff push and beyond. Let's talk a little about Alontae Taylor. This guy has been an absolute disruptor in the slot this season. He's not just covering receivers. He's breaking up passes, forcing fumbles, and playing with a level of agility and intelligence that really stands out. In 2024, Taylor has been a standout with a PFF grade of 88, which is elite. He's accumulated 28 tackles with 2 interceptions and 6 pass breakups, and he's been rated within the top 3 for coverage grade with a staggering 90. That's the kind of guy who can change the course of a game, especially in critical third-down situations or in tight matchups where a single play can make all the difference. And if you look deeper into his stats, you see how versatile and disruptive he's been. He's allowed only a 51% completion rate when targeted, which is impressive for a slot corner, and he's given up just 9 yards per reception. His EPA per target, which measures how much value he gives or takes away on passing plays, is at 35. A sign that quarterbacks are less efficient when throwing his way. Even more impressive, he has forced 2 fumbles this season, showcasing his ball-hawking skills. And though he suffered a minor ankle injury in Week 4, limiting him to 78% of snaps, NFL.com still highlights that he's allowed 0 touchdowns in the slot this year. That's a rare feat. Now, why would the Saints consider trading Taylor? Well, it's about their bigger picture. Their defense has been struggling badly, especially their pass rush, which has allowed 29 sacks this season. They've got some issues in the trenches, and with quarterback Derek Carr's QBR sitting at 79.8, they need help on multiple levels. They're also hesitant to commit long-term financially, as they've avoided extending Carr with an $80 million deal, choosing instead to focus on rebuilding their roster. Trading Taylor, a key piece in their secondary, for draft capital and a promising young player like Kyler Gordon is a strategic move aimed at securing future assets and rebuilding from the ground up. Meanwhile, for the Chicago Bears, this trade could be a game-changer. Their secondary has been a bit of a weak point, ranking 27th in pass yards allowed, giving up around 242 yards per game. That's not ideal when you're trying to compete in the NFC, especially with teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Cowboys boasting explosive offenses. But adding Taylor, a true slot disruptor, could elevate the entire secondary. Imagine pairing him with Jaylon Johnson, who's been solid this season with a PFF grade of 87. That duo could form a formidable barrier in the middle of the field, significantly reducing the yards allowed per pass and boosting the defense's overall efficiency. This move also fits perfectly with the Bears' current strategy. They're 4-2 in the NFC North, sitting comfortably in second place behind the Lions, but they know that in today's NFL, a strong secondary is non-negotiable if you want to make a serious playoff run. With Taylor's proven ability to cover, disrupt, and even force turnovers, his addition could push the Bears' defense from being middle of the pack to a top 10 unit. That's exactly what they need to keep up with the offensive powerhouses in their division, and to challenge for a deep playoff push. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade could have ripple effects beyond just the Bears and Saints. The NFC North is already a competitive division, with the Lions leading the way and the Packers showing signs of resurgence. The Vikings, despite some inconsistencies, have a talented roster that can strike at any moment. Adding a player like Taylor to the Bears, defense might just be the piece they needed to tip the scales in their favor down the stretch. It might also send a message to the rest of the league that Chicago is serious about contending, about making bold moves, and about building a team that can compete for a Super Bowl once again. And let's not forget the implications for the Saints. They're clearly in a rebuild, and trading away a player like Taylor might be part of a broader strategy to acquire draft picks and younger talent to develop for the future. With their cap space tight at $14 million, the trade would free up around $8 million in cap room, giving them more flexibility to sign or draft additional pieces. They're also looking to shore up their offensive line, which has been shaky at best, so acquiring Kyler Gordon, a player with a PFF grade of 78. 9 could help bolster their secondary and provide a more stable foundation on defense. Now, all of this is still just speculation at this point, but the signs are pointing toward a serious possibility of this trade happening before the league's deadline on November 4th. Adam Schefter has been hinting at a lot of buzz around this deal, and if it materializes, it's going to be a major headline across the NFL landscape. For the Bears, it's an opportunity to add a proven playmaker who can instantly elevate their secondary and potentially their entire defense. For the Saints, it's about acquiring draft capital and young talent to accelerate their rebuild. And for the fans, well, it's a thrilling development that could define the course of the NFC North for years to come. This move also raises a lot of questions about how the Bears will deploy Taylor. Will he be primarily used in the slot, where he's excelled this season? Or will they experiment with him on the outside in certain packages? Given his versatility, I think the Bears will find creative ways to maximize his impact, especially in obvious passing situations and third-down scenarios. His speed, running a 4.4 40-yard dash, gives him the ability to keep up with the fastest receivers in the league, and his ball skills make him a real threat to pick off passes or force fumbles at critical moments. And for the fans, this isn't just about adding a player. It's about signaling that the Bears are serious about contending, about building a defense that can carry them deep into the postseason. When you look at the current state of the NFC North, the division is shaping up to be one of the most competitive in recent memory. The Lions have been impressive, the Packers are resurging, and the Vikings are always dangerous. But the Bears, with an infusion of talent like Taylor, could become a real force within that mix. It's a move that could energize the team, boost morale, and send a clear message to the rest of the league. Chicago is back in the game, and they're not going to go down without a fight. So what do you think, Bears fans? Is this the move that sets your team on a path towards Super Bowl glory? Are you excited about the potential of Taylor in the Chicago uniform? Or do you think they should hold off and focus on the draft? Whatever your thoughts, I want to hear from you. Drop your comments below, tell me what you think about this potential blockbuster, and let's keep the conversation going. Remember, this season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. And with moves like this, the Chicago Bears are making sure they're front and center in the NFL spotlight. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. This is your go-to channel for everything Bears, and we're just getting started. Keep the passion alive, and let's see how this story unfolds in the coming days. The NFC North is heating up, and the Bears are right in the middle of it. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, bear down.